In this video, I'm gonna build and also review all types of AFK bases in 99 Nights in the Forest, from small to large bases, from weak to strong, from weird to good ones. Basically, in this video, I'll go over all types of bases, build them, talk about their pros and cons, and also explain what purposes they're actually suited for. Alright, let's get started testing all the AFK bases. Let's start, well, with the worst one actually. First, we need to farm for it, but I'll get it done in literally 5 minutes. So guys, I'll be right back. I farmed it, guys. Just so you know, it took me just under 2 minutes. You'll only need 10 nuts for the AFK base. Of course, every AFK base has its pros and cons, so I'll be pointing those out. To build the very first and worst AFK base, though honestly I can barely bring myself to call it an AFK base, but still, we'll need 2 wood rain storages, guys. And you might have already guessed, it's probably everyone's favorite or least favorite little house. You need to place the wood strain storage, get inside, and make sure there's a small gap left so you can squeeze through sideways, but cultists can't. That's basically the whole defense. You can get through, but the cultists can't. Well, something like that, more or less. Yeah, guys, this base will survive the very first cultist attack, where there are only 2 cultists and not a single crossbowman, but it won't last through the next attacks, and you'll just end up dying inside it. Basically, the pros are that it's built really fast, and the cons are, well, everything else, as they say. Yeah, this is complete nonsense, guys. I don't recommend doing this, but let's move on to a base that's gonna be much better. By the way, I would highly recommend crafting a sturdy hammer and a reliable canteen, because guys, it is a really incredibly useful item to have, especially when you are in the middle of building any kind of base at all, and you want to be efficient. Guys, today we've got an alien attack, but whatever, I don't really think I'll need any loot from the UFO. Right now, I need to craft a hammer, so that's why I came to the anvil. Damn, I've got a crappy axe. I can't use it to break this tree. Alright, I guess I'll have to go find a decent axe now too. Oh, it popped out of the very first chest. We've got a cockroach here, man. Just lying there, can't even flip over. Alright, so where's the anvil, guys? It's over there. Alright, let's go. Oh, we're under attack today. Perfect time to test out the new AFK base. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna show you 2 AFK bases right now. One that's a bit better than the last one, and another that's a whole lot better. Alright, I've grabbed the mallet, Gallus. Now let's head to the campfire to build the new base. Look, the next base isn't gonna be much different from the previous one. Honestly, I wasn't planning to build it, but since we've got the mallet now, we can. Basically, it's exactly the same base, but we don't have that gap. We're just standing inside the house. Just like that. That's it. We can't get out unless we have the mallet, but if we do, we just take it off. Simple as that. The advantage of this base is that it's impenetrable. No one can get to you. But the downside is that crossbowmen can easily shoot right through you. Well, let me show you what I mean, so to speak. We close ourselves in and wait for the cultists. Actually, they're not even getting aggroed, by the way. Alright folks, that's the kind of base it is. Well, I wouldn't recommend building it. The next ones I'm going to show you, though, you might want to consider. I don't recommend the last 2 bases, guys. So for the next base, we'll need 2 more wood rain storages, making 4 in total. And then we'll need a lot of shelves. I'll just craft. I don't know this many. So, friends, what else do we need? You need to make a small square out of wood strain storages, so just stand like this and make a square. Done. Next, you need to surround this square with shelves. Overall, it's a pretty cheap base, and it's actually kind of cool too. But let me finish building it first. And guys, the AFK base is ready. It already looks impressive and pretty good. Well, here we already have some protection in the form of a fence made of shelves. And then here's this AFK little house. Guys, you need to put a garden bed on this side, another one on the other side, and a cauldron in the middle. I'll farm everything for this now, and show you how to place it. Actually, wait. let's make the garden beds right away since we have the wood. So look, we move as far to the side as possible in place. The first garden bed. Then we move as far as possible to the other side and place the second garden bed. I'm just not sure if there will be enough space for the cauldron, but if there isn't, guys, you can put it somewhere out here, outside on the property. I need to farm enough now for the workbench level 3, and then also for the cauldron. Alright, let's go craft the cauldron. I've already farmed enough for it, friends, so let's place it. Awesome, we crafted it, let's go. Yeah, I found a spot, right here between the garden beds. I can just stick it in like this. Done! And guys, our fully AFK base is finished. So what are its pros and cons? Basically, the pros are that we have a fence here. That's 100%. We also have a little house in the middle. And we've got AFK food here too. Overall, it's really pretty cool. The cons are that there's no AFK fuel yet. Yeah, but that's okay. We can let that slide for now. And another downside is that cultists have a chance to get over this fence, because it's pretty much useless, but at least it's something. Guys, you can already start building this base if you're not planning to go AFK for an ultra long time. Basically, you can last up to, say, day 99, but anything past day 300 or 400, it's better not to stay in this base. Alright, let's move on and check out the next AFK base. That was already the second type of AFK base with a fence. The first type was just a little house, the second type had a fence, and the third type, guys, is even better, much better, actually. For this one, we'll need a ton of wood, because we're going to make, guys, a log wall, or, basically, these kinds of walls. But before that, I'd better give myself a red axe, because farming wood without it is just unreal. Yeah, I think it just takes way too long without the red axe, so I went off to farm. Yeah, guys, the whole point of this video is that I'm testing out bases, and at the end of the video, I'll give you my verdict on which base is worth building and which one isn't. Alright, guys, I need to upgrade the campfire to level 5, because damn, the map is almost explored and I'm out of fuel, so yeah. Oh, cultist attack. Well, let's test our AFK base against them, since we haven't started building another one yet. Well, guys, the crossbowman doesn't even shoot through this fence, right? So if you stand like this, he will, but overall you can just AFK here. Like I told you, there's a chance the cultists will climb over the fence and actually get over it. But as for getting into our house, inside, that's pretty unlikely. But still, it's a downside that they can climb over. Anyway, this AFK base is actually pretty cool, because we already have a fence, guys, and that's already some pretty solid protection. Honestly, I really like it a lot. Man, guys, there's just no fuel at all. Like, none whatsoever. I've been running around so much, but I just can't find any. Oh, look how lucky I am, guys. A golden chest. And it's even a level 4 campfire. If I get a red axe right now, I'll be totally shocked. Well, honestly, I didn't expect anything else. Guys, it's just the usual. That's my luck. That's it. Oh, look, there are 2 med stations here. At least these buildings are a win. I've already got a ton of healing items. So basically, I'm not gonna die, I guess. Well, I hope so, guys. Alright, let's go try to level up the campfire, because it's time to build a different type of AFK base. Guys, the campfire is already at level 5. As you can see, I went to try and get the red axe, and once I get it, I'll go build the next AFK base. Oh, finally got it, guys, that's it. I'm off to start building our next AFK base. Plus, I even leveled up the campfire to level 6. Guys, this is awesome. I'd even say it's perfect. Alright, I'm off to farm some wood. We won't need too much, since I decided to build bases that aren't too expensive, so you all can build them pretty quickly, cheaply, and have fun with it. And also, so that beginners can build them too. I've already crafted these little walls. So guys, check it out. How do we make the next type of AFK base? This one's already one of the safest. Basically, look, first of all, you need to place the walls as far away as possible from the campfire and other objects that cultists could use to climb over. That is, over rocks, over this log from the campfire, over the tent, or the kid's stuff, or anything else like that. In short, place them as far away as possible. For example, I'll probably do it right here. Although there are these rocks here, I already warned you that you should put them farther from things like that. But I don't really have any other spots. Oh wait, actually, maybe I do, right here. Look, so let me just put it here instead of the map, okay? Well, we'll stick the map somewhere else later. First, we need to make a simple cube out of walls. Basically, there's nothing complicated. Just make a cube. Then build a staircase out of a regular shelf so you can climb up. Perfect! Next, let me eat something, or I'm gonna die soon. And honestly, you could say the base is done already. But no, I need to take apart this base, guys, so I can build the next one. Well, it's not like it was supposed to stay here forever anyway. Alright, more or less got it all together. And now we're gonna build a fence around this little square. Yeah, for some reason we've built a lot of stuff on squares today. But whatever, it's fine. Alright, let's finish this up, guys. Damn, the cultists are about to break in. No, I don't want them to get in. Okay, I need to finish this. There's just a little bit left, and then it's all done. This, guys, is honestly one of the safest types of AFK bases out there. Look, first of all, even if the cultists manage to break in, okay, I didn't really think that through, guys. But honestly, that's a really rare situation. I don't think cultists can always get in like that, but even if they do, you can always set up some traps. I really like this type of AFK base. The next type is almost exactly the same. You just need to fence off this shelf barrier with these little walls, which are in a square shape, basically. Then you can also put garden beds right here, and the cauldron here as well. Let me show you how it all works, because it's probably hard to understand just from my explanation. I place the cauldron inside the cube, and outside the cube I set up the garden beds. You can harvest the crops right from here, or from these shelves, or you can just jump down if you want. In short, the AFK base is pretty cool. I really like it a lot. The next type of AFK base isn't for everyone, because it's still untested, and things might go wrong, since, as far as I know, not many people have survived with it. I built this type of base in one of my previous videos. This is a trap base, folks. In that video, I surrounded a base with traps, and put even more traps at the entrance. And the cultists would just walk around and die on them. Well, as you can see, it really worked, but somewhere I saw in the comments that apparently the traps can break. I don't know if that's true or not, but honestly, I doubt it, guys. So yeah, basically, the next type of base is a trap base, where you just put a ton of different traps all around your base. Bear traps, barbed wire, and whatever else you can think of. And the cultists will automatically come to you, walk through the traps, and die. And even if they make it to the entrance, there will be a bunch of traps at the door, and they'll just die there too. Basically, you can check out the video where I built a trap base, and you'll get the whole idea. I forgot to talk about the pros and cons of this AFK base. The downside is that cultists can climb over this fence, and in very rare cases, over this one too. The upside, friends, is that we have a wooden fence here. It's the best defense in the game. Next, we've got AFK food here. Honestly, we've got a ton of stuff here. In short, this base is actually really awesome and insanely cheap. The next type of AFK base is unjustifiably expensive and complicated. Maybe you've already guessed. It's the kind of base that's surrounded by trees. Well, friends, something like this base, this is from the video where I built a fortress out of 1,000 walls. If you want to survive for a ton of days, then you should definitely build a base with wooden fences, or at least fences made out of wood. If you don't plan on surviving that long, just build a regular cube that's surrounded by shells. Well, if you've watched the video, I think you kind of get which base works best for which situation.